Hola amigos, estamos felices de hablar con ustedes otra vez.
Why are you doing that?
I'm starting the video.
No, but why are you doing it in Spanish?
I figured we could do like a Spanish immersion thing for you to get you ready for your mission.
But they speak English. You speak English.
Tu mamá habla inglés.
Speaking of my mom, she shared with me and the rest of our family the other day this book. It's about my mom's side of the family and the family history in it. And she shared an excerpt about my great-grandfather, Walter Harms, and about how 100 years ago, the Spanish flu kind of did the same thing that is happening right now.
Yeah, there were parallels between their time and now, and there were parallels between your great-grandfather's life and yours right now.
Exactly. So like this excerpt that I'm going to read for you guys actually talks about his experience with the Spanish flu and then how that affected his mission that started right after that epidemic.
Yeah.
So it starts, he says, while I was working at the Ford garage, the flu epidemic struck. It was bad. People died like everything, 50 million worldwide. No school and no churches were held. I also took the flu, was real sick for a week. During this time, the whole country was quarantined. Also, the time was set for some of us boys to go to war, and that's World War I, two? One. But by the time the quarantine was lifted, the war was over. And that was November 11th, 1918. And then it said, due to the need, additional soldiers, Graham County, where he lived, was reassessed a quota of 216. Walter's exemption, he had a bad arm, so he was exempt from the war earlier. Walter's exemption was rescinded, and he received his call on September 20th, 1918. Soon after the war, so there's a little section that just is left out in the writing, but the war ended before he was able to go out, so he ended up not actually serving in World War I. Soon after the war, they called missionaries. I was the first, meaning Walter, I was the first in Thatcher to get one. I received my call when I got home on Sunday from Globe, April 6, 1919, to go to the Southern States Mission.
And you got your call in April as well.
Yeah. And then he goes on to talk about how he sold basically everything he had as a teenager just so that he could, on his own, finance his own mission.
So Connor will be selling everything he owns.
That is right. Call me if you want anything.
If you want his stuff.
No, but it was just incredible to see just 100 years ago. It may have been way completely different, but there's a lot of the same similarities, and the church still watches over us just like he did 100 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's going to make a way for me and for all the other missionaries that I know that have been displaced because of this pandemic to be able to serve and to continue to serve the Lord.
Absolutely. And we read, or today, this morning, we read a letter from Salt Lake that came out earlier this week that talked about how the church, the Lord's church, has been prepared for these challenging times. And we as a church have been prepared. And they shared the scripture in Nephi that says that the Lord giveth no commandment unto the children of men, save he shall prepare a way for them to accomplish the thing which he has commanded. And we know that there is a way prepared for us that we can accomplish the Lord's commandments. And we're grateful again to be able to speak at you and hope to be able to speak to you really soon. Hope that you had a wonderful Sabbath.
All right, we'll see you later.
You're not going to say hasta luego?
No.
Come on. We can say it together.
All right.
Hasta luego.